Can the Prowler Utility be your next daily driver for combat and cargo hauling? Well, in this video, I'm going to test it out. But first, let's give a tour just to see how the ship performs. I have a couple of boxes laying around here just to show you the grid, but we will be looting cargo in a minute. But just to show you quickly, the grid looks a little bit different than most grids, more alien, right? But very easy grid. It only stacks about 2 high. There you go. And then another 4 ACU. And there you go. Now for the boxes, you can fit about 2 more rows just next to each other. So it's 4, 4. That's basically the length of it. And then it's basically 2 high. Can I get this off? Very difficult to get off. You just see here. Maybe it's this one. Okay, it might be the 4. But I'm going to remove this since we're going to be filling this up with cargo soon. I did reset my account so I don't have the best bounty hunting level. But I'll do some combat missions here with the ship just to test it out. It won't be the default loadout since I like to optimize my loadouts. But here at the back you can enter in the ship. Very nice, it just opens like this. I kind of wish they made it a fat cutlass and just made this a ramp where you can drive into with a rock at least. But for now, it's just a cargo ship, unfortunately. Kind of stealthy, but kind of not a very power hungry ship. I already had a look at the stats here. Very power hungry, unfortunately. But you can close the side doors here on the ramp. See there, it closes. Will fold in nicely. Let's go up here. Bunch of things here. Drop seats. Also cargo or inventory at the top here. So you can definitely drop off people with this. And then this is meant for boxes. You can fit little boxes in there, but I don't have them. You can also control the ship at the bottom seat here. But you won't be able to flare off missiles if you control it at the bottom. So you kind of need to still be at the top pilot seat. You just activate everything. Here you can see, here's the co-pilot seat. You can't use flares at all. It's 0-0. You can fire both weapons at the bottom here, but I wouldn't recommend. Let's go to the top and see what we can find there. Now to go to the top of the ship, unfortunately, you will need to climb this ladder. Not very fond of ladders since they can kill you, but here we go. At the top here, at the back is all of our components. So just remember when you want to loot the Prowler Utility, this will be the back where you get most of the things. This thing has so many shields. I kind of wish just gave it a size 3 shield. It would make it a lot better. But I guess they like power hungry ships, so they give it shields that use a lot of power and you can't max it out. But here we go. Here's the pilot. You can see in the pilot seat, you can definitely use flares. Luckily, it's a very stealthy ship. Well, kinda. You only need about 3 flares to flare off most missiles. Very good. For the power, I'm just going to set up my power here. I already made a build for this that I will link. But I'm just going to set up my power here. Let's go do some combat. The shields is default just because any other shields is very difficult to max out. But I will give a recommendation in my build video. You can also enter the remote turret here. So you can use it. But not really necessary. For our contract, I'm going to do a scenario 5 just because it spawns 2 freelancers. You can kill them and take their cargo and then go sell it. It won't be a lot of money. This ship has very little cargo, 36. But I just want to show you how easy it is. It's actually the only good thing of the ship. It loads very easily and very nice for parking close to a freelancer. But let's go take a look. We're at our mission here. I'm just going to wait for a freelancer and see if we can soft F it, not hard F it, since I do want the cargo. Here we go. Let me just set my flares here. Since this is a missile heavy mission, just Alt H and then do it 3 times. You don't need more than 3 missiles. Our signature is pretty low, since this is a stealth ship. Give some boost. We can't max out our boost either. There we go. You can see missiles incoming. Hopefully that flares off. Very easy. Quickly strip the shields from this freelancer. I do have Panther repeaters equipped. It's my favorite weapon at the moment. Might change in the future. I'm gonna switch to weapon group 2 here. So we slightly pepper the thing here. I don't want to hard left the ship, since I do want to steal the cargo, right? Just taking my time. Should pop soon. You can see it's already red. I kind of feel like the freelancer can slightly outturn me if she wants to. I'm not really trying my best or boosting. There we go. We got our first freelancer. Just gonna mark it here with Alt 1. So let's see our next contact here. Should be a bunch of ships. I'm gonna keep the freelancer for last. I like to kill the Firebird first here. I think it's a Firebird. And then afterwards, we can kill the Vanguard. Since the Vanguard does have distortion damage. Here you can see it's the Vanguard. Does have distortion damage. Well, this one doesn't. It's the hoplite. Sometimes they give the distortion version. And I have been shot off before just because of my shields going down. Wasn't fun. But yeah. Definitely outflying me here. Just gonna reverse strafe a little bit. At least we got the shields down here, but they do a lot of damage. Missing a lot of my shots here as well. There we go, she's fleeing. We do have quite big guns, so it's not the worst. Our capacitor is just not the best, right? We deal here with the freelancer. This thing is eating us with each weapons. Shouldn't take long. Also a misc, I believe. Let's see. Freelancers is very weak at the moment, fortunately. I'm gonna go to my second weapon group here, so I only use 2 Panthers, so we don't hard left the ship completely. Do need to backstrafe quite a bit. There we go. Let's quickly scan everything, and then we'll see what's on board. Nice scanning UI, new update. Makes it very easy to tell when you're done scanning, right? Let's take a look at the cargo here. So for this cargo, we get 14 scrap, a little bit of alter toxin, a little bit of medical supplies. Let's quickly land next to the freelancer here. It should be quite easy, since you can just open up everything and just hover above it. Not the best angle for me, but I can make do, I guess. Let's get out and see if we can load everything quite easily. Now for getting out of the Prowler, I don't like to use the ladder. Usually I'll just press A and fall down the ladder, so I don't have to animation it. Let me just open up everything here. Okay, everything is open. Kind of wish they didn't make this ship and just updated all of the other ships, give it physicalized components, like the Constellation and the Cutlass. I do believe that the Freelancer already has its components, but if they didn't make this ship, just imagine what they could have done with the time, right? Could have updated the Cutlass or something. But I'm quickly gonna unload some of the boxes, then I'll show you how it snaps. Here we go, our first piece of scrap, only 2 ECUs. Let's see if we can snap this quickly. Quite easily, it's a very nice grid, by the way. I do enjoy it. Here is 4 ECUs. We will need to get a little bit more creative. I'm just going to leave it here for now. Take off the 2 ACUs. Just because I need some space, right? There's an 8 ACU inside there. Now we can load 2 ACU on. Here is the 8 ACUs. We can just take off. Snaps quite quickly. So very nice. Let's get the rest of the boxes, the ultra-toxin, and then also the medical supplies. The rest of the cargo is just junk. Doesn't really sell for a lot, but I'll quickly have a look. Here you can find the other cargo. Everything is just junk, nothing really special. Hopefully, the other freelancer has a lot better things for us to take. But you can see here, the freelancer already has its components, which is very nice. Hopefully they do this for the constellation and for the Cutty Black very soon. But I guess they decided to make this ship first. Here we go. Let's quickly scan. Now we can actually see how far away we need to be before we can completely scan the ship, which is very nice. A very good update. Let's go cargo here. Get free scrap, 2 medical supplies, 1 ultra-toxin. So a very bad ship for us. But we'll still do our best and take everything. It's valuable. There we go. All parked. Very convenient to park like this. I don't hate the cargo grid, right? I just don't like what they have done with the shields and the layout of the ship. Since it feels these days, even with the Asgard, they gave the Asgard so many shields that you can't really completely power it. So you can never optimize it. You just need to basically half it out your ship. So it's very disappointing. Maybe there's a reason, maybe they include batteries or something in the future. But for now, it feels very weird that they give ships so many shields. It's the second ship they're bringing out. They gave so many shields. So it does feel a little bit weird, but hopefully there's a reason for it. But me personally, I would have just gone with a size 3 shield instead of giving it multiple little shields. Here is 2 SCUs of scrap. Gonna throw it there. See what else we can find. Here's our medical supplies, also size 2. Just gonna snap it to the other box. And then we get our ultra-toxin, which unfortunately is only a size 1. There's one more little box in there, also scrap. Just gonna put it next to the other one here. Inside is just a bunch of tungsten, so not really the best. I'll just fill up with the other boxes just to make complete, right? Don't want to leave my cargo grid empty. I'll just take the size 4 here, random. And here is the last box, copper. We've managed to fill the cargo. Got a bit of junk in there as well, so not the best. But we'll definitely go sell it. Just to see how it feels to unload everything. To sell everything, I'm just going to go to Grim Hacks. Just because it takes most commodities, right? Makes it very easy. Managed to make it to Grim Hacks here. Let's see if we can use a tractor beam to unload the ship. It's probably better if I put my nose towards the cargo area here, since probably the best way to unload it. Let's see. Before you can enter the tractor beam, we first need to give it some power here. I am in the bottom seat, but I believe you can probably do it at the top one as well. Then you need to look at the bottom here, right click, then say use tractor beam. Let's see if we can do this. I do not enjoy using these tractor beams, but for testing sake, I'm definitely going to use this. I don't really think you need to use this. It's so little cargo. The max lift will probably do just fine. Just to let you know, I never use these tractor beams, so I'm not too experienced with it. So my opinion, probably not the best, but they are quite floaty to me, and I rather prefer the max lift over anything else. That's why I never use these. But I do think the location of this tractor beam is perfect. So probably one of the best ones so far in all of the ships. Not too bad. So definitely a well-placed tractor beam. This ship can definitely function as a daily driver. It's just a little bit too expensive, right, for what it is. You only get a little bit of cargo. Sure, you get stealth and some alien technology, which, let's be honest, doesn't really matter in this game. Just looks cool. That's about it. So overall, I would rather probably get a cutlass over this thing. A cutlass can almost be as stealthy as this, just 3k more in most cases. Plus you can max out the shields, you have more maneuverability. So definitely cutlass is way better. Plus it's super cheap. So compared to the cutlass, this ship doesn't really do a whole lot. Since the cutlass has more cargo, only 3k less stealthy if you optimize it. Plus you can probably put somebody in the turret as well. And the capacitor is way bigger. The guns might not do as much damage. And the cutlass might not have as much shield as the Prowler. But the cutlass can probably outfly this thing and avoid most of the damage. The tractor beam was a little bit too disorientating, so I just quickly fixed everything up with the max lift. Also, the cutlass does have its own tractor beam as well, if you like playing with those things. But let's send everything down, and then we'll go see how much money we made with a little bit of junk. Here we go at the admin's office. Let's see how much our junk can sell for. For our copper, we get 346. Medical supplies, about 8,000. Iron, about 1.4. Alter toxin, 8,000. For scrap, we get 27,000. And then finally, corundum, 1.7 thousand. In total, we have made 48,000. Overall, I think, yes, it can function as a daily driver, but I'll rather choose the cutlass over just ship just because the price is so expensive and it's definitely in-game buy only for me if I ever wanted this. But hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, then you can watch these two videos right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.